Uh, let's see if we're back. I'm seeing if we're back. Looks like we're back. Hey, Brandon. We had a major glitch, but we're back. And that. So, uh, for some reason, my last live stream just cut out and that. So we're just gonna. I'm just trying to finish this up. What I was talking about at the time. We were talking on the previous live stream about clickbaits and other stuff, but then I got how people who are about ready to lose their houses and homes because they are demanding money. That, but I'm back, Chuck. Take two. Hello. Yes, it is take two for now. I'm just kind of got my other computer going and all that stuff. I think with this one, I was talking about clickbait, so I kind of clickbait this one to get people to come back. We did have technical issues, and I was talking about this happened to another YouTuber last Tuesday on his live stream, where basically his internet went out. I don't know. I just had an internet glitch on my end. For some reason, just it just lost. I just briefly lost connection and never able to reconnect. So that's why I had to restart it. So I'm not going to be on very long on this one. I was trying to finish up my thoughts and that, but yeah, it's a problem when you got unreliable internet and that. So and when your internet is unreliable, you're stuck with it because even we do have a new company just started up business just past couple months. New internet provider just unfortunately our apartment complex does not allow them to come in, and a lot of towns even banned them. Don't want them in their towns because they want to stay with the one and only that doesn't work half the time. So yeah, sometimes you need competition, and maybe competition makes the service better. But though even satellite TV don't have competition. Hang on a second, I gotta mute this again. So this is a mute from me, so don't worry about it. Sinuses today is pretty bad today, and the wildfires, smoking the wildfires is not really helping either, and that. So, uh, like I said, I was trying to, like I said in the previous live stream, I was talking about clickbaits and all that stuff, and I was getting down to there's a channel I have to watch that they're talking about a guy who's about ready to be homeless because his donors, his money dried up, and all that stuff, and it seems more haze and smoke. Okay, sounds good. Uh, Hi, Kevin. Nin, how you doing? And that. So, so like I said, I'm gonna go watch come Brad Silver Dog videos. He was very highly critical on your e-beggars, your people that demand money and all that stuff. And like I said, a lot of YouTubers that I know hold full time jobs and even part time jobs and that. So, uh, but like I said, when you are basically, you know, you're demanding, begging, and all that stuff, and because they're in denial, everybody's in denial on that part. I was talking to Mark. I made on a Vegas live stream going out to Vegas. Yes, that's one of them. But there's others we talked about here on the channel. I talked about Elvis Travels, the Fat Man in the Van at one time, pay your taxes. I'm surprised Manny and Judy even tried to do that. If it did, it will get Brad Silverdog some attention and that and all that. But yeah, money do dry up really quick. I just had it happen on my on my main channel, the Angie and Chuck Show, where I did the last few live streams. I didn't set no goals, no nothing, set nothing, and of course you get nothing. But it didn't bother me because you know why? Uh, Tell you why, because I didn't really feel comfortable with the goals. I kind of like the goals once in a while, just see how many people will jump in on it, which is okay. We appreciate it and all that stuff. But like I said, if you appreciate it, uh, the money will come back, technically in a way. But just focus on your content and all that stuff. And the main thing is you better have a main source of income besides YouTube, and that's been the biggest pet peeve everybody has. And I have many people that wants to quit their jobs. They want to go on YouTube, they want to go on Twitch, they want to go on TikTok, and all that stuff because they say the money is really easy to get. I'm gonna burst your little bubble. It's not. It's not gonna happen. And that my YouTube income does not pay for this roof. It's called something called a job, and that any kind of job has to pay. Angie and I, we hold two part-time jobs, and that's what pays for all this. It also pays for our trip. Even it was like, how can you afford that on a part-time job? Well, it's called budgeting. It's called budgeting, and that. So when we have a nice supply of income, that's through our COVID, we bought everything we could in a way and took advantage on some decent trips and that. Our recent trip to Vegas, I felt 100% we earned that one. No COVID money was used for that on our last trip. Of course, like I said, Mark remembers how I set up a little coffee fund to help keep me awake. To tell you the truth, it got a little out of hand. But we did appreciate everything we got from the channel. And I just said, when I get home, I just told Angie, I said, remind me not to do any goals for a while. And that I don't really like. It's okay to do them once in a while, but but I'm surprised Manny and Julie haven't even attempted to do this, or even if it's even offered from them, and that I don't know. Basically, so and that. Yeah, we did really earn that last trip, especially meeting other YouTubers, subscribers. Having and the most bizarre thing, I wish I would have had it on live on camera. I think we did with Vegas Don, how he just came up to us and all that stuff. But we had other people that came up on Fremont Street and just pointed at us and goes, "Are you guys the Angie and Chuck show?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "We've been following you guys since you guys left Clinton, Iowa." And that's because you know why? We went live. And the reason I lived it, now this is why I talk about clickbait. This was not a clickbait. We were actually on our way to Vegas. It was a two. That's why I said day one, part one. That was to cover my butt because reason was is we're not going to drive it all the way. That's like a 24, 25 hour drive. And if you add few stops along the way, you're talking about almost 30 hours of actually on the road being awake for 30 hours. And that's not flying for me. Not at my age. Maybe I was younger, I could have got away with it, but not today. Uh, but that was like a 16 and a half hour drive from Clinton to Grand Junction, if I remember right. And then I was very tired too. So it was not, I was very tired at the time. It's almost like I was up for almost 20 hours for that day too. So that was not a good way, but that was, uh, it got us where we need to go. It just got us right at where I would need to be. But like I said, I was just dead tired, technically on the way. So uh, even when I got done with the first night's stuff and all that. But yeah, one thing you never do as a YouTube creator, we talked about this a couple times, definitely is if let's say Mark, can I use you as an example? Since you're on here the most, and that, let's say if I see Mark, let's say if I see Mark Mill on another YouTube channel, and he donates, let's say he donates $5 there, $5 Canadian over there. Uh, would I get mad because he didn't donate nothing over on our main channel? No, you're not supposed to do that because maybe their content is slightly better than ours. Maybe he appreciated content and that, or maybe felt another reason that's on him basically. But we just don't worry about it, guys. Then See, this is where Manny and Julie gets things all screwed up. Technically, is when they go donate to other when they see their somehow they got their views. They got like spies on other channels. They approve a few spies on their end, and they just see that their supporters is now donating to other channels, and now they end up blocking them. And guess what? Your money is drying up even quicker than that, and you don't dictate who you watch and that. So like I said, I don't dictate who you watch. Watch anything you want. You can support this channel or you don't support this channel. If you subscribe to this channel or you unsubscribe to this channel. If you watch as a non-subscriber, an unsubscribed person, watch as a non-subscriber. Because you know why? We still get clicks and views anyway. Everybody gets clicks and views and that. But when you start attacking your financial supporters for any reason, you can come up for if they donate to another channel, whoopie doo, zippy doo, whatever. Uh, because maybe you said something that pissed them off, or maybe they felt that other issues. I can't think of the word and all that, but like I said, uh, don't get mad at them because they'll, the money may dry up, but then that money river, the money tree can grow again, and that. So remember, uh, we, and like I said, the biggest problem I keep telling people all the time: don't start YouTube as a main source of income. The reality is, if you watch all these major YouTubers that has 100,000 subscribers or more, still holds a full-time job, still even holds a part-time job, or even holds a secondary job, basically, and that. So because they're not using YouTube as their main source of income. Never, ever use YouTube as a main source of income because you're going to be disappointed in a way, to a point that you are going to be desperate, to the point you're going to be begging, to the point you're going to be accusing your viewers not donating and all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, now they will alienate you. They will unsub. They will go away, and guess who picks up the crumbs? Other channels that does appreciate everything that they get given to them because in today's world, in today's society, like here on YouTube, easy come, easy go. Appreciate what you have today because you may not have it tomorrow, and that. So it is what it is. It is the reality of YouTube. Uh, you're going to have a lot of great videos. You're going to get a lot of great views and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm not here. I don't get a lot of views on this channel. I don't get a lot of views on my main channel because you know why? I have a little policy. If I can get one person to watch that video, if I get one person to subscribe, if I get one person to even leave a thumbs up, or even a person that leaves a thumbs down, because you know why? They clicked on the video and they are watching and see what I had to say, what we're doing, and all that stuff. If I'm live and if we have a super chat going, that's fine and dandy. Have a super chat going. If you're monetized and all that. But if you do not get any donations through your live stream, one thing is always appreciate the viewers by saying thank you for watching any form of a live stream or edited video, because if you don't appreciate your audience, you don't have no audience. You know what you're gonna end up getting? You get a bunch of trolls. That's what you're getting to on that. I'm going to be starting doing something new over here on this channel. I really should start doing it more often. Uh, I'm thinking if I don't do it today, I'll probably do it later, probably on the next live stream or so. I'm thinking about modding up some people over here, just kind of do a troll patrol and all that stuff, and all that. But I got so many people with goofy names over here. It's just I don't want to get anybody accidentally blocked by accident. So I don't want to do that either. Not right now, but I'm considering modding up some people who are loyal to this channel or loyal to anything similar to this. That's okay. I'll still mod you up anyway, and all that. So, so basically, is this? I'm just gonna wrap this up here. For like I said, this is like part 2 and all that stuff. So, like I said, clickbait videos are okay as long as you have something that can stick with it to the title. But if you're going to use a clickbait title, just be prepared. People are going to call you on and say, "Well, what are you calling this when you don't have them on?" and all that stuff. And I know I admit it myself. I use clickbait titles just to get people to click and see what happens in that. Um, but yeah, and when I know I'm doing live streams, I try not to not try to add a title that may or may not happen. If it doesn't happen, then it's a clickbait title. But if it does happen, hey, the title holds true. It did happen, technically away. And also, this is one of the biggest pet peeves to every people. Hi, Brandon. Nowadays had put their wife and girlfriend. Yeah, odd positions. Yeah, that's right, Brandon. Yeah, talk about sexual positions too. I have seen some of those. YouTube's supposed to be cracking down on some of that stuff and that. Uh, yeah, clickbait that could lead to personal injury. That's another good point. I have seen people will will hold a book, a thick book, and there's a gun. Uh, and what actually happened was, if you actually heard it, it was a true story. It actually happened where a guy shot his girlfriend holding a book in front of her chest and see if it would stop a bullet. And guess what? The bullet went through the book, went through her heart, killed her instantly. And that. Yep. So yeah, I might be. But yeah, and sometimes sometimes a clickbait can lead to death, injuries, and also you can lose your channel almost instantly, and you also can face a lot of legal issues. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that in the near future if I don't do it next week. Videos that can get you in legally hot water and that. So legally, can they do it? Yes, they can come in and arrest you if they wanted to. But yeah, you can legally get in hot water, legal wise, when it comes to certain videos and live streams and that. So we'll try to talk about that issue next week, if all possible, and that. So, but like I said, the biggest issue we're seeing is today clickbaits and people shake still begging for money on their channels. It's not just Sin City Family, Sin City Manny. It's not just them. It's also another channel. I just like I said, as soon as I get done here, I'm gonna watch a couple of Brad Silver Dog videos, because likes begging for attention and all that. Yeah, it's never good in that. And like I said, one thing we learned is as a YouTuber over on our main channel for almost 10 years over on our main channel. Uh, One thing we learned over the years is never get if you do get mad at your if you do get mad at a subscriber, it's because the subscriber decided to put you in a tough position. I have had a subscriber that did put us in a tough position. I'll probably talk more about that down the line, how to handle it. It's just that's the only time you block them. You don't block them because they donated to another channel or you find them in a side chat on another channel. That is a poor excuse or a block. But when someone forces you to make a decision, when a subscriber or viewer force you to make a decision of whose side you're on, well, that's the time you want to put the block on that person. Technically, in a way, everybody handles the situation differently. But if I see Mark talking great about on that channel how great the video is, if I think anybody on our channel, I've seen a lot of people on our channels, and doesn't bother me if they insult me over there. Hey, it doesn't bother me one bit because sometimes I may be watching, sometimes I may not be watching. You don't know when I'm watching those other channels and that because you know why? Some I subscribe to, some I'm mods with, and some are technically I just go in as a non-subscriber because they probably block my main channel anyway, or block this channel anyway. So I go in and watch it as a non-subscriber. That's the best way to watch them and see what really is going on. And that. So, all right, we're out of here. Sorry about the first part video live stream. We lost connection somehow. We had an internet fart. That's what knocked us out in the first one. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll talk about next week. About what I was going to say is it's mostly how to handle a rude subscriber, technically, or how to handle other stuff. I'll come up with a topic next week, but we'll just see what happens next week. Okay, it could be interesting. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.